Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. Trent's back from Sydney. Toby's here to talk about all the latest news and previews. And fellas, plenty going on this morning. Some key Winter Carnival contenders had some jump outs across the road at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, we're originally going to go to Bow Desert yesterday, but they got washed out, and Turf Club were good enough to put on 4 or 5 heats here. So it gave us an opportunity to, and that's what the poly track's for. It's a good backup track for that sort of wet weather when you can't use the grass. So look, that was good, and yeah, we had Alpine Edge going around, the Vowels, Storm the Fortress, all had their jump outs this morning, first jump outs through, and they head off to the races pretty quick though,
Yeah, and Alpine looked pretty good. Obviously, you mentioned he's got the Archer slot to look forward to, and this is obviously a key part of his lead up to that.
Yeah, he didn't have much time off, so he's pretty forward, pretty fit, so all is well with him, and big couple of months coming up.
And the Vows, he looked pretty good.
He did, yeah. He jumped out nicely and just rode him back in. He got up on the inside of him and won his heat pretty easily. So Storm the Fortress sat wide and come up to the line pretty good under Andrew Mallion. Typical sort of Andrew Mallion trial, to be fair.
Nice and quiet.
Yeah, nice and quiet, and just
let him improve.
Yep.
Okay, well, lots to look forward to heading into the carnival, and also got to pay tribute to one of the stable favourites. Hard Empire has run his last race, and he's going to enjoy a nice bit of time in the paddock.
Yeah, he goes to Charles White, who's the managing owner of him, goes to his farm down in Victoria, Lima Park, and he'll retire there. He's been a good horse for us. He's had a really good prep there where he knocked Jonker off, and quite unlucky in a couple of Magic Million sprints, I reckon. He sort of got, and was good enough to win at Randwick only 4 or 5 runs ago, so in a Group 2. So look, he was a good, honest, hard performer.
Yep, done enough.
Like
now,
a workhorse, like a good second rower.
Very good analogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously he's done enough, and he can have a nice life in retirement now.
Yeah, I think he'd been through a fair amount of hands prior to coming here, and we had him for the last 3 seasons of his career, so couldn't ask for much more. He was super when he won the George Moore that day a couple of years ago, and he's been good and honest, and pleasure to have around the joint. So we were very thankful to be trusted to have a crack with him. It was awesome.
Yeah, very good. Well, great to see him heading off into the sunset. Let's talk about the runners that are running this weekend. Doomben Saturday, 2 runners heading up the M1. Opacity is third up and steps up to the 16-15 here, and the horse that you sort of said last start was worth another chance. Can we give him another chance here?
Yeah, I think he's third up out to a mile. It's an open company race, a pretty tough race, but I like the way he ran on. Like he didn't begin well the other day. Stepped away badly and got way back. Like we thought with blinkers on, he'd be sort of midfield and with a big weight. He has no weight tomorrow, so that's ideal. And a good barrier. So it's
Small field.
Small field, pretty tough race. Stuttering and the like. So, but I'll be just happy to see him running on, which I think he will. And
this is the run he improves every prep. If you look at his form, third up.
I think there is a race for him next Saturday if we want to back him up, like a benchmark race, which should be right up in his wheelhouse if he runs well in this one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So expecting.
But still run. I'd give him an each way chance. Don't worry about that. He's going well. So.
Well, he's a bit shorter, even though, as you said, it's a strong race, but he's shorter than what he has been. Around $23 mark. Yep. So. One to keep an eye on. Don't let him go around without something. Boho Beauty heads back to Brisbane after a nice third there and steps up to the 13.50. Is that a plus for her?
Yeah, we've taken the blinkers off, but we might just have a look. The smashing of weather that they had at the moment, it's a heavy 9, so she's not that effective on tracks that have got too much given them.
So and that's right at the end of her distance range
that's
too.
Exactly right.
It'll seem like further.
It'll be
correct.
It'd be better if it was a 1200 for her.
Yeah.
So we could possibly wait for her.
We just got to wait and see first. But we took the blinkers off her just to allow her to just travel a little bit more comfortably. She's just doing a bit much in them. So going up in grade and sort of going to Saturday grade, you've got to do everything right. And last couple of starts, she's been a bit aggressive. So they come off, and hopefully that works
Okay, so if there's enough drying weather and it gets into the soft range...
Yeah, we'll have a think about it, but it needs to probably dry out pretty significantly because the day we took it to the Sunshine Coast on the for the provincial championship qualifier or whatever it was, the provincial race qualifier, smashed down prior to the race and she went dreadfully. Soft track.
Okay.
No good.
Okay, Gold Coast Saturday, one runner on the poly, and that's Jamaican Rumba, who's second up, and drawn nicely here, barrier 1 for Sean Cormack. And you actually tipped this horse when first up, but needed the run, do you think?
Maybe. He did want to go quite aggressively in behind them, and he's a bit... Look, to be fair, he's not that genuine. He's got all the ability in the world. He works good. You know, the pedigree would suggest now if we dig deep into the Shalars, they're pretty plain, and this horse sort of fits into he's a typical Shalar, unfortunately. You know, they show a fair bit but don't deliver a great deal. So he's in the online auction
Next week,
which concludes next Wednesday, I think. So we're running him in this one to see.
Okay.
You know, if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But he could win. He profiles well for the poly track. He's an on-speed runner. He has blinkers on, so you know he'll bang to the front. He won't be. He'll lead for a long way. And as long as if he decides he wants to have a go, he'll probably win. But if he doesn't, he'll probably run fourth.
Okay, so
that's what he's got.
He's got the talent.
Yeah,
whether
but
he
he
wants to do
hasn't.
it.
Yeah, he struggles with his intestinal fortitude.
Okay, fair call there with Jamaican Rumba. Hopefully the poly's the key there. All right, Grafton Monday, just to sort of extend the weekend. Call Me Marilyn. We spoke about her last week. Trent, she kicks off her campaign in the girls' maiden handicap, and she was scratched from last weekend, but likely to need the run and over further. That's what we sort of said last week.
Oh, she just banged her leg on the float home from the jump outs actually, and a bit of swelling in it, so we had to take her out and didn't run her. Had a trouble-free week this time. Everything's good with her. Making a few gear changes, tongue tie and a crossover noseband go on. She races with a... we think she's a blinker horse, that's why we're keeping them on. She races with the mouth open, so crossover will stop that.
Okay.
And she's drawn beautiful and kind. What you would think first up for a long time she will improve, but it's a perfect race to
Kick her off in.
And we take her down to Grafton to try and earn some good Bob's Prize money. If she knocks them over, beautiful, all good, but she will improve with the run.
Okay, very good. Well, good luck to everyone involved there with Call Me Marilyn. And then to round out the extended weekend, Patriotic King, who's another one who's second up after sort of looming up.
He ran
first
well.
Up.
He ran well. He had a long while off with a where he cut his leg at the farm while he's spelling, and he had a wide barrier the other day. He didn't step away like we thought he would. He thought nice and fresh. He'd bang straight outside lead. There didn't look to be a lot of speed, and he just got sort of dwelt and didn't begin and put himself outside lead like we thought he would. So he ended up with a pretty wide run.
Yeah.
Made a quick run at them, sort of on the wrong part of the track too. You can't get out on the wrong side of the Canberra at the Sunshine Coast and finish off. You look like you're going to finish off, but you never do.
Yep. And
his condition give out after that wide run. So, sort of, typical first up run from horse has been out for a long time. So I think on Monday he's drawn beautifully. Mallion goes on Monday. Andrew Mallion rides this type of horse really well. He'd just be behind the speed and he should be right in the finish.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Sounds like there's a bit of confidence around a good run for Patriotic King, which leads into best bets time. Needing to lift after last week, fellas. Trent, you were flying the flag earlier, down to just plus 230. You're still in the black, but Toby 930, Trent 230. So
700 in front.
Fluke.
just
How
a little
good.
jab.
Watch us go this week.
We'll wait till Monday. Patriotic King. That's the one.
Yeah, no prices as yet.
That doesn't matter. We'll
Stitch
just
up. That's
Yeah,
mine.
right.
just wait.
Yeah, you gave it
Give
a
him
fair
he dived in. He had the first crack last
Well,
time.
he heard the case you just made for it, and he was like, "I'm having a piece of this."
Anyway,
He's just checking.
I was checking our Group 1. I was checking the Group 1s.
Doncaster, some great racing.
Doncaster.
Derby.
I'm going the size cylinder special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down the $2 mark.
Golden slipper form. Golden slipper form's the best.
Okay. Very good. And what about on the home front, Tobe? Have you got a tip on the home front?
Well, Patriotic King was mine. I'm going to go each way. Opacity. into Patriotic King. How's that?
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
Around the $23 mark, opacity each way,
Yeah.
all up.
So 25 each way, opacity, all up, Patriotic King.
Okay.
Around the
That's very
grounds, I'm going the old champion in the TJ. They've done a few things different with him. Only run him down the straight once and haven't seen him since. Had a really strong gallop the other day at on the Kensington track, I think it was. So nature strip, TJ, not a great deal of pressure, gets his own way, boom, win.
Good price for a good horse too,
Yep,
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I reckon, I don't agree. I think Giga Kick's a special in that.
Okay. So
Very
are we
unlucky.
putting money on that? Is this going towards the tally?
Yeah, we'll go towards the tally.
Yeah.
I'm only at 25 each way, haven't I? 50, I've got
Yeah,
another-
you're
I've
going to
got
have to smaller.
I've got
dice
another
your bets
50,
up.
yeah. So, yeah,
50 on Giga
I'll
Kick
have
or
50 on Giga Kick.
Okay.
And that's us.
All right, that's us. Some great weekend racing ahead. So good luck and have a great weekend, everyone.
Good on you guys.
Good luck, guys.